Today, I'm going to be doing a video that I've wanted to do for a very long time. It's talking about books that I feel deserve more attention. Now, if you've been following me on Instagram and even on YouTube for a while, you see I promote a lot of books that I know about, books that are just coming out. I love promoting my AuthorTube friends. I think it is so much fun, and I really love seeing people putting new books out and having a great time with their launch and all that. But I feel like there are some books that came out a while ago that I feel like deserve more attention than they're getting because I really enjoyed them. So today I'm going to be talking about 5 books that came out not a long time ago, but long enough that kind of their launches kind of faded out, and I don't think people have been talking about them as much as they should have. Without further ado, here are 5 books that I feel deserve more attention. Number 1 on the list is The Girl with All the Gifts by M.R. Carey. Now, apparently they made a movie about this. I think it was a small release film. I never saw it, but I mean, I just don't think it could be better than the book, if I'm being honest. The book was so, oh my gosh, it was just so good. Basically, it's about this young girl, Melanie, and she's in this facility and she's not sure why she's being so closely guarded. Come to find out that there's a zombie apocalypse thing going on, and she may be the only one that can stop the horde with her gifts. So it's, oh my gosh, it's like zombie apocalypse, sci-fi, more of a horror than anything. I've read one other of M.R. Carey's books, Fellside, which is about a bunch of women in an insane asylum. This book is wild, okay? Not for the faint of heart, but for me personally, I liked The Girl with All the Gifts more just because it's in more of my favorite genres. It's like a horror thriller mix with some zombies. I mean, what's not to like? Also, just M.R. Carey's books in general are just beautiful. But I loved this book so much. Highly recommend. It's a really quick-paced read, a very intriguing read. He has a very distinct style, unlike anything that I've really seen before, and it is just, oh my gosh, super cool. Highly recommend. Now, I know I've talked about this book in my top books for 2018, but The Retreat by Mark Edwards. If you're a writer and you've either done a writing retreat before or you've heard of writing retreats before, oh my gosh, definitely recommend this. First of all, there's a character named Julia, which I mean, great choice of name. Basically, it's about this writing retreat that this girl Julia is hosting, and as the retreat goes on, it seems that there is something paranormal that is quote-unquote haunting the retreat. All of this weird stuff starts happening, and it is so creepy and so cool, and I love it so much. So highly recommend The Retreat by Mark Edwards. Definitely check it out if you're a writer or if you just want a cool book. Next up, we have Shine, Shine, Shine by Lydia Netzer. Oh my gosh, this is my favorite romance book that I have ever read. And now, oh my gosh, like literally, this book was so powerful and so emotional. Basically, it's about this husband and wife, and the husband is on the autism spectrum. I forget the name of the disease he has exactly, but he's super smart. He works for NASA, and he's planning on going to space. His wife is struggling to cope with the fact that she's gonna be left alone with their son, who is also on the autism spectrum, and she's gonna be trying to keep alive this connection with her husband while he's in outer space. And she is also going through a revelation of her own of who she wants to be and the type of person that she wants to portray to the outside world, because she has her own struggles that she's been going with. And honestly, it is such a touching, raw, real story. I have never read another romance like it. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little denser. When people think romance, they think of light, fluffy, fun, kinda. At least that's what I think of when I think of romance. This is a romance, but it's so much more than that. It's definitely a darker, heavier romance, and that's the kind of stuff that I like. So if you're into that too, or you think you might be into it, definitely check out Shine, Shine, Shine. Just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Next up is the Orion Plan. Oh my gosh, this book. It's a sci-fi horror. I'm gonna do a terrible job of butchering what this book is about, but I promise you it is so good. I recommended it to my mom and she loved it too because she likes the same type of books that I like. Horror, thriller, all that stuff. It's basically about this spaceship that crash lands onto Earth, and this weird stuff escapes the spaceship and starts attaching itself to people, and it is so creepy. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, it's like everything I would want out of a sci-fi book. If you're a fan of Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff's Illuminate trilogy, definitely check this one out. It is not for the light of heart. It is definitely a darker sci-fi. It is so good. It really deserves more attention than it's getting because I just loved it so much. So highly, highly recommend. Last but not least, I have Nova by Margaret Fortune. I picked up this book because I thought the cover looked gorgeous, and I finished the book because the book's interior was just as gorgeous as its exterior. Basically, it's about this humanoid robot who's on this spaceship, and she has a timer in her head, and she is supposed to explode when the timer goes off. Her mission is to infiltrate this spaceship and be in as close to the center of the spaceship as she can so she can kill as many people as possible. But as she's on the spaceship and she's getting ready to give herself for the society that she works for, her timer stops and she doesn't know what to do. She had one purpose in life and her purpose is not working anymore, and she has to try to figure out how, first of all, why this is happening to her and how to kind of live on the ship among these humans when she herself is not human. There's a love story to it, there's tension, there's the whole book itself has this great underlying tension that is just absolutely brilliant. The writing style is gorgeous. There's this one sequence towards the end of the book that literally, it is just one of the most beautiful things I've ever read in my entire life. If I was gonna write a sci-fi book, I'd want it to be like this. This is everything I love about sci-fi wrapped into one. So, highly recommend Nova by Margaret Fortune. All right, enough me gushing over how much I love reading. Do you guys have any great book recommendations that you think deserve more attention? Definitely let me know in the comments below. I'm always looking for new books to read. I have a long TBR right now, but there's always room for more. Always, always, always. So definitely leave those comments below. Thank you guys for stopping by. Bye.